Syrian government apparently has fallen after a sudden rebel offensive sprinted into the capital of Damascus. And tonight there are reports that Syrian President Bashar al-Assad has fled the country. The move brings a stunning end to the 50-year rule of the Assad family.
Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Suter joins us live from our newsroom with the latest on this breaking news. Leanne?
And Michelle, the rapidly changing events shaking the region, several countries shutting down their borders with Syria as rebels take control of the country. Celebrations in Damascus as crowds topple a statue after a coalition of Islamist rebel groups called HTS sweep across Syria, taking control of the troubled country. The dramatic collapse marks a major shift in the Middle East, ending the Assad family's decades-long iron-fisted rule over Syria and possible radical change for the country.
What this may do is to herald a new situation in which there is an area in which a unified government is able to control Syria.
President Bashar al-Assad, who's been in control for 24 years, has reportedly fled the country. Syria's prime minister says he's ready to hand over the government to the opposition in a peaceful transition.
Hello, my people. The Bashar Assad moment can happen to those African dictators currently we have in Africa. You know, what happened in Syria should be a big lesson to those dictators we have in Africa. It means that they are not invisible as they think. That's what it takes for them to go, is to have a group of brave men, or even a single brave man that are willing to go extra mile, and they are gone. And not only that they are gone, they might not have chance of being buried in their own country, like Bashar Assad of Syria. There's no chance on this earth that when he passes away, I'm not saying that he should pass away, but we know that every man will one day pass away or kick the bucket. There's no chance that he will be brought back to Syria to be buried. And you know that he loved Syria. He loved that place. He would not imagine in his life that one day he will be out of Syria and not a one-way ticket out of Syria and not come back to the place he loved. But sometimes when these men are doing some evil stuff in the name of power, they don't remember this stuff like this. They think that they're going to stay there forever. Like Assad, and sometimes these dictators in Africa, there are some big countries that are propping them up, that are their backbone. Without these big countries that sponsor them or support them, they would have gone. So we learn from this sponsor, these big companies. These dictators should pray that one of them will not be distracted, like what's happened in Russia. Russia was fighting war in Ukraine, which means their attention have been divided. They couldn't be able to prop Bashar Assad of Syria anymore because they need the army to fight in Syria. They can defend two countries at them, and it exposes Russia, and they can expose any countries that you believe that they are mighty. They cannot disappoint you. They might disappoint you. You just pray that they don't have any internal political, problem, or even fighting a proxy war can divide their attention. They couldn't be able to sustain you in power, you know what I mean? So these dictators in Africa, the lesson those of you should learn is that you should treat your people. Your people's treatment, good treatment, should be a priority. Even now, if you start doing it now, you might save yourself. Well, you might avoid this Assad moment. Not only that you do it, you treat your people very nice. You should find a way to hand over power to other people, because you're not going to be there forever. You don't want to, if you're planning to hand power to your children, you're causing trouble. One day, some brave men will rise up and say, look, this power are not made for only your children or your descendant. And they will go. They might come after your children or after you, and that's it for if they succeed. Because you are not invincible. What it takes is a brave man and consistency. You know what I mean? If they give you trouble for 10 years, they don't back down. No African countries, I believe, can sustain 10 years pressure from rebels or people that want to patrol the government. They can sustain it for 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, but when it draws long, you can't. The same thing in the West. The West cannot sustain in a proxy war in other countries for a long time, like you see in Iraq, Afghanistan. At some point, they will leave because the people start asking them, what are you doing in another man's country for 10 years? You're not getting anything, you know what I mean? So these dictators in Africa, and they know themselves, I don't want to mention those countries where we are seeing countries where somebody is still in charge for more than 30, even up to 40 years in power. I'm thinking that is birthright, just like Assad and his father. They think that Syria will be theirs forever, but it doesn't happen. Now they are gone, their family is gone. You can never see any Assad family in charge of Syria anymore in this life, I believe. And it's not looking good for him, because now his only destination is going to stop in Russia. He can't go anywhere else. So it's a big lesson they should learn in Africa if they learn. And any other person that are planning to grab power and stay forever there. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our video. Peace.